The first race of the day saw last year's winner Mattias Ekström in trouble. The championship leader was first into turn one, but suffered an electrical problem and retired at Velodrome. His teammate Topi Häkkinen chased hard for the win, but Kevin Eriksson beat him to the merge and held on to the end. Rainis Nitish suffered damage after a turn one incident and held up everyone except Niklas Gronholm, who'd taken an early joker. Baumanis pushed hard to close the gap, but couldn't catch the fin before the flag. Having previously tested here, Sebastian Loeb put in a dominant performance in race 3. Going 3.5 seconds faster than Gronholm was enough to secure Q1 for the Frenchman. But most of the action was saved for race 4. Genet took the lead at the start, and for the rest of the lap frustrated Solberg behind him. Petter made a late decision to joker on lap 2 and clipped Genet, firing the world champion into the wall and out of contention. Hansen had looked on for the win, but span after a bad landing from the jump, and then got a 5-second penalty for cutting the track to rejoin. Meanwhile, both Genet and Baccarat had picked up punctures. Genet held on for the win, but Baccarat's double deflation saw his suspension break and his race end on the grass. The big guns were out in race 1 of Q2 thanks to their earlier problems. Solberg and Ekström chose to joker immediately, while Baccarat followed his old teammate Nitish for a lap before jokering himself. At the merge, Solberg had the better of his countryman, but Baccarat responded with a fantastic pass through Velodrome and held the lead to the finish. Race 2 saw Doran hit Larsen in turn 1, and then Larsen returned the favour in turn 2. Liam got more of the same as the race progressed. Meanwhile, Larsen had plenty of breathing space and took the win. The next race was a festival of overtaking. Timizyanov made this forceful pass on Göransson at Velodrome, but then ran wide and allowed Göransson to get back past, with Markland making up ground to join the party. The Russian eventually winning the battle, though not the race. Häkkinen had kept out of all the fighting and saw the checkered flag first. Q2's last race saw Kristoffersson and Eriksson touch into turn 1, with Eriksson forced to take the joker as a result. Kristoffersson was in the lead on the standard lap, while in the background Q1 winner Loeb touched the joker exit barrier and span out of contention. Baumanis and the two OMSE Fiestas squabbled over second place, but there was no argument over the winner of Q2. Kristoffersson on fine form, and with that result holding the coveted position of overnight top qualifier at home in Sweden.
It is very, very tricky conditions, but as long as you are in front and try to stay within the grip level and don't do any mistakes, it seems to be easy, and you have to have a very good car that can handle the smooth driving, so I'm just very happy.
Great result then for Kristoffersson at the top of the table overnight. Häkkinen in second, Loeb in third, the winner of Q1. Good results too for Baumanis and Gronholm. Markland strong up there. Timizyanov, Eriksson, Hansen, Dorn are in, but the big story, look, Petter Solberg, second in the championship, hasn't made the semis so far, and neither has Ekström, the championship leader.